I'm going to do a reverse lunge now. I'm going to show you a static lunge for you to just get an idea of how that feels, get yourself in the right positioning. And I'm going to show you a reverse lunge. This is where we would start for building, because the reverse lunge means that you're putting the pressure on the back of the body, whereas a front lunge, forwards lunge, you're putting the pressure on the front of your body. If you're just building your body back from having a baby, you don't want extra pressure on the front because you haven't built it yet. So I'm going to show you how to get into position. We're on train tracks, we're not on a tightrope, we're on train tracks. Put 1 foot behind, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. Again, I drop in. I need to look at where my knees are. I need to use your phone, use a mirror. This is why people use the mirrors in the gym, because actually it's alignment. It's not just, oh, look at my big muscles. It's, what's my body doing? Sometimes I do exercises and I notice my hips are out. I'm like, oh, okay. You have to look to see. You can feel it too. Once you're in that position, you're going to come down. You want to make sure that your knee doesn't go over your toe again. So let's look. Knee is behind the toe. We've got 90-degree angles. And then you come up. So once you do a couple, you sort of figure out, all right, that's how far my legs need to be apart. That's what I need to do. Try on the other side. Get the right distance. We can then think about doing a reverse lunge. All that is you're going to stand, legs tight on train tracks, step back. The lower your knee can come to the ground, it doesn't have to touch, the harder you're working. So your lunge, you're going to lean slightly forward to balance. Your lunge might be here, that's okay. Not all the way down here. Your lunge might be here, but this cannot be here. It has to be behind your toes. You're going to be leaning forward a little bit, but you'll feel that the work is in your bum. The harder the work is, the lower your knee gets. So my knee goes to the ground. I can really feel this. Doesn't matter how much weight you can lift. These exercises really are great. So that is a static lunge. If that's what feels good right now, do a static lunge, because it's building your single-sided work. If you've got pain, stop. Stay with double-sided and maybe see a physio, see an osteo, work out what's going on. Single-sided leg building is really important because you're often holding a baby, carrying a thing. You need to build your single-sided leg movements, and it's not good. It's not straightforward when you're living daily life. You know, walking's great, but you know, pushing the buggy, there's lots of different things that come in the way. Doing lunges and practicing lunges might feel really, really dry and boring, but eventually you get to a point, especially if you want to start running, you're like, oh, it was worth it. Doesn't feel it at the time, but when you start to challenge yourself, when things get hard, like you make things harder, you then start to realise, oh, that single leg work was worth it. So this is where you would start.